So the problem then became, well, how do you do it? You see, I didn't get all them numbers and houses, and I didn't have a Steve Fisher to explain it to me. So here's the way I built my whole business. Here's how I've explained it. I call customers eggs. Everywhere you look, there's eggs laying around out there. For $329, this company gives you a basket. Your job is to put 10 eggs in the basket. It costs nothing to become an egg. It's free to switch. No extra charges, no additional taxes, no hidden fees, and we got a better deal than the incumbent. We're cheaper than the main monopoly guy in every place we do business. If you understand, go uh-huh. So for $329, we're going to give you a basket. Your job, put 10 eggs in the basket. Don't get ahead of me, man. I know I talk slower than you listen. So if you get ahead of me, just sit there and let me catch up. Get you 10 eggs. If you understand, go uh-huh. Then you hatch 3 chickens. That's why you're here. Somebody wanted to see if you want to be a chicken. Now, what do them chickens do? Lay a few eggs. If you got enough chickens, you can have all the eggs you want. Yes? Yes. You know why this is different? You know why you ought to lay awake at night thinking, I got to do this? It's because even if the chicken dies, the egg is still there. Every time I look at one of these deals, you had to have them selling that lip liner, that vitamin, that potion, that lotion, whatever. And I ain't knocking any of it. But here's what we've learned. You see, even if they love it, it might be the greatest herbal Viagra made from the pure belly hair of a border goat. They've got testimonies, they have videos, it works, they love it. But the transmission goes out in the car. Little Johnny wants to go to camp. You see, people have to make decisions, even if it's the greatest elixir they've ever drunk. They still got to pay some bills. Here's what we've learned when it comes to energy. Little Johnny wants to go to summer camp, or you got to pay your electric bill. Little Johnny's in the backyard running through the If you don't believe this is a good business, on your way home tonight, you call 10 of your friends and try to convince them to shut their electricity off. Hey, I'm just driving home from a meeting. I won't ask you. I ain't going to turn my electricity off. Good. Be my customer. They're going to use it. They're going to keep using it. You can't make them stop using it. Now, if you want to get a lot of eggs, if you want to get paid on thousands of people's electric bills every month, first, you got to get a lot of chicken. The difference is, even if the chicken dies, even if the chicken is gone, you're still getting paid that residual. Right. I'll prove my point. I want to promote everybody in here to that senior director position that Steve talked about. Everybody raise your hand real quick. Come on, run out of time. Say, I now be an SD. What that means is you hatch 3 chickens, grow them to 12, boom, promoted. You hatch 3 more chickens, help 2 people do what you've done, you promoted. You are now a senior director. And all you do is hatch 1 chicken. Sir, would you help me? What's your name? Stand up, Doug. Everybody. Doug. You're a brand new senior director. You invited Doug to the meeting. You had him go to the webinar. You showed him the DVD. Doug looked at the information and Doug goes, I can get 10 eggs and 3 chickens. I want to do this. So you hatch your first chicken in your senior director chicken coop. Say hi, Doug. Hi, Doug. Now, Doug goes out and he lays 4 eggs. His website, his own meter, and 1 other. For doing that, Doug makes $100. Say, way to go, Doug. Way to go, Doug. Did you get 4 eggs? Yes, sir. There you go. He made $100. But because you're the senior director, Because you told him, because you started this, you make $275. Woo! Woo! Now, what Doug's going to do is he's going to tell 3 of his friends. He's going to tell 3 of his co-workers. He's going to tell the 3 people that he goes to the parole board hearing with. And when they get in, right here, y'all stand. He just hatched 3 chickens. You didn't do it. Doug did it. Matter of fact, Doug's an overachiever. He hatched 4. Stand on those. When he gets 4 eggs, he makes $100. But because Doug hatched it, Doug makes $100. Do you understand? Go, uh-huh. But because you're the senior director, you make $175.
Yes, sir.
175. 175. 175. 175.
Yeah.
You're moving that mouse around. You're looking in your back office saying, "Go, Douglas." That's right. You're doing the Douglas. It ain't about you. It ain't what you do. It's what you start. Now these 3 folks gonna tell 3 apiece, but they won't do it. You'll lay in bed at night going, "Why won't they just get me?" I'll tell you why. Your first 3 ain't gonna be very good. You know why? They're your friends and family. They ain't real bright, or they wouldn't be your friends and family. I tell everybody on my team, go to your friends and family first. Get your disappointment over. These 4, they just tell 1. Where would you stand? You made $175. Who tells 1? Yes, ma'am. $175. Who tells 1? $175. Who tells 2? You made $175 twice. And you ain't great. You ain't killed it. It's just growing in the end and getting around there. And somewhere down there on your 10th level, your 20th level, your 50th level, your 100th level, you end up with a guy by the name of Terry Yancey.
Yeah.
Terry. Everybody here with people say, "Don't clap for him." So down there on your 20th level, you got a guy comes into business. From where do you live?
East Texas. Jacksonville, Texas.
Jacksonville, Texas. And this cat right here goes out and how many chickens have you personally had? How many people have you sponsored in the business?
78 right now.
7. That means you'd make $175 78 times. That's a lot. But those 78 chickens have grown to how many chickens total?
43,000.
Do you understand? Do you get it? That even if Douglas quit, sit down. You ain't got to replace them, and you're still going to get paid on those 43,000 chickens. Those 43,000, they just laid 2 eggs apiece. That's 6,000 customers. You're making 75 cents a customer. You're making 70,000 a month.
Got it.
Because you know to quit.
13,600.
It's total quitters. It ain't about you. It ain't what you do. It's what you start. When you end up with a Terry Yancey on your 10th level, 50th level, 100th level, at that point, you only got one job every day. You wake up, you pick up the phone, you call him and say, "You feeling okay?" You taking them vitamins out? The people that have done well, all they did was just kept telling people they wouldn't quit. If you're an executive director in the room, please stand up, raise your hand. All my executive all of them, I'm going to let them introduce themselves. They're going to tell you who they are and where they're from. That's all I need, starting right here.
Montgomery, Colleyville, Texas.
Will Gibson, Fort Worth, Texas.
Destiny Curley, Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas.
Melvin Farrell, Fort Worth, Texas.
Go ahead, Dino. I'll do the PDs too. Missed anybody?
Sandra Walls, Grand Prairie, Texas.
Rosalie Jefferson, Dallas, Texas.
PDs. We've got some PDs in here. Ain't standing up for us. Thank you, Miss Leslie.
Troy, Fort Worth, Texas.
Missed anybody?
Yep.
You understand this is the top
John
job.
Falls, Grand Prairie, Texas.
Now, why is it your wife's over here and you're
Got all these chicken and eggs.
He said, me and my wife are inseparable. Yeah, last week it took 6 police officers and 2 dogs. Folks, you're looking at the top income earners. You're looking at the very highest position in our company, and they're here to help you. They want to be a part of your success. They're willing to reach out and grab hold and get you wherever it is you want to go. So if you don't want to do this, that's fine. But let's be honest about it. When you realize it ain't because you're good, it ain't because you can talk well or you can't talk well, it ain't because where you live or don't live. Folks, I live where front teeth are optional. Where I come from, you can be married 3 times and have the same in-laws. Where I come from, this is considered fashionable. So don't tell me it's about you. How many of you have ever eaten at McDonald's? How many of you wouldn't raise your hand no matter what I Can we agree that McDonald's does not have the best hamburger in town? We can also prove they don't have the cheapest. But you know what? They sell the most. You can't argue the fact. And the reason is they have a proven system. I don't care where you go. Dallas, Detroit, or Deepwing. You want fries with that? Happy meal. They got it figured out, and all you got to do is follow the system. Every person that stood up, every person that raised their hand, myself especially, I am successful. Not because I tell a couple of jokes, not because I wear a cowboy hat. In spite of that, I just simply went out and told some folks who told some folks. And you can't decide who will and who won't. You just tell them. I used to argue with people. They'd go, well, you got to be a salesman to do this. And I'd say, no, it ain't sales. I don't do that anymore. Whatever they say. Douglas, if they say you got to be a salesman, I say, you're right. Let's go talk to the 3 best salesmen you know.